Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another exciting topic on business literacy. So today we are looking at module 9 and the topics is around interest rates in business. You may need to go through or look at the previous modules that we've covered, in particular module 8. There are some concepts which are also going to apply in this section, but it will all make sense. Like as we proceed with our session, you will know what exactly I am referring to. So to those that are joining us for the first time, please go through to our Facebook video gallery and then see all the videos that have been uploaded there. So just access them and then make sure that you've caught up with everyone. So without wasting much of your time today, so what are we going to cover in today's? So we're looking at defining, okay, what is interest, and then we're going to look at simple interest, changing subject in the equation. So just to get started, we want to find out exactly, okay, what do we mean by what is interest? So according to your textbook, your business literacy age learning did define interest as the cost of money as a result of inflation. So in simpler terms, exactly what were they saying? Okay, so suppose we deposit 10,000 into your savings account, so that can be your ABSA, your FNB, or Capitec, with a 10% interest per annum. So calculate the interest per annum. Okay, so you're going to take your 10,000 which you are going to deposit and multiply it by 10%, which is the interest which the bank is going to give you for depositing money in your savings account. Okay, so then you're going to know that the 10,000 is going to generate you what? Going to generate you 1,000 interest per annum. Okay, simple, right? Now with that opens the door for the main agenda or the main business of the day, right? What is simple interest? So simple interest is calculated only on the initial amount that you invested. For example, right, if I invest 5,000, which the bank says is going to generate you 5% for the next 5 years. So according to simple interest, right, the bank is going to calculate my interest based on this amount for the next 5 years. So they're going to say that year 1, 5,000 times 5%, year 2, 5,000 times 5%, year 3, 5,000 times 5%, until it matures or until the final or 5th year, right? So now, how do we calculate simple interest? What is the formula for simple interest? So we've got P times R times T. So those are the common items that make up your what? Your simple interest. So basically, in simpler terms, we're only saying that, okay, how do you calculate interest that you generate in a particular year? Okay, so we're saying principal. Again, what is principal? Right? Principal is the amount that you are investing, or the amount that you're depositing in your savings account. And R stands for what? Stands for interest rate per year, which is this, and time in years, how long the investment is going to be. So there's your P, right? There's your interest, and there's your time, duration of your investment. Simple, right? So now let us go and look at some detailed examples and see how they go up. So simple interest example. So let's say, for example, Frank deposits 1,000 into an ABSA savings account, which pays a simple interest rate of 7% per annum for 3 years. How much will be in her account at the end of the investment, right? That doesn't say how much interest is earning per year or how much interest at the end of the year. So they want to know how much will be at the end of the investment term. So the investment term is for how long? It's for 3 years, and earning interest of 7% per annum. PA. Take note of that. PA means per annum. Okay. So P times R times T, which is our principal here, which is our interest here, which is our time period, right? So 1000 times 7%. So please just take note. I think I understand it better if you are working with the decimals than percentages, because for some calculators it's very difficult. If you know how to punch in your percentages in your calculator, then that's good for you. So for those guys that tend to have to struggle with this option, just remember, just divide 7 over 100 and change it to this percentage to a decimal. You can do that with any number, even if it's 20%, you just say 20 over 100 and you get your 0.2. If it's 10%, you divide by 100 and you get your 0.1. If it's 5%, you divide by 100 to get your 0.05, right? So then multiply times 3. So my formula would look like something like this: P times R times T, right? So I've changed this 7% into this, in case you're wondering, like, I don't understand, where did that 0.07 come from? This is, I've just changed it into a decimal. So 210 is the interest that you are going to earn for the 3 years, right? If you just want to prove, let's say, per year, how much interest are you going to earn? So just 1,000 times 7%, and you're gonna find that every year, so Frank will be earning 70 rand. So multiply that times 3, you're gonna find 210. But the question is asking us how much will be in your account at the end of the investment term. So simple: principal plus interest. So that's 1000 plus 210. It's going to be 1210. So if you invest 1000 today, come 3 years, it will be 1210. Simple and straightforward, guys. It's not rocket science. You can do it, I can do it, so you can do it as well. Okay, so now let's look at the other. Okay, this is a bit different, but it's still the same concept on simple interest and subject of formula. Again, guys, make reference to module 8 for this topic, to those that may not understand what subject of formula is. Module 8, there's a video which I created for this. So if you go through that video, this section must not even bother you at any point. Right, so Susan invests 8,000 in a savings account, paying an annual interest rate of 8.7%. How many years will it take for her to earn 4,872 in interest? Okay, so interest is equal to P times R times T. You know the formula already. So we are being told that, okay, he's going to invest 8,000, right, which is going to earn 8.7%, and we're going to earn also in terms of interest 4.872, but there's one missing piece, the unknown, which is T, right? So we've got interest, how much his investment is gonna get from, how much is gonna get from his investment in total, and P we have it, R we have it, what we don't have is T. So T is our value of the unknown, right? So 4872, we write it down, 8,000 for P, interest for R, and A, T, there's no, we're not given, right? So 4872 is equals to what? So we're just going to calculate these two first. 8,000 times 0.87. You see what I've did here? I've converted 8.7 into a decimal as well. So this is in decimal form, this is 8.7%. So if you multiply that, you're going to get 690. So please confirm with the calculator if we have the same answer here. If I'm wrong, please just let me know. Okay, so we're going to make T the subject of formula. So that means both sides are going to be divided by 696. So we're going to say 696 there and divide by 696, right? So obviously these two are going to cancel out each other there, Okay, so that's 4872 divided by 696. So T is equals to 7 years. So how many years will it take for her to earn 4872? So the duration of Susan's investment is going to be what? 7 years if she wants to have this amount of interest. Right? Simple and straightforward, guys. Always remember, guys, if you have any questions, you're welcome to drop your questions in our comment section and I'll gladly answer it. So this is not only the question that they're gonna ask you, they're gonna play around with this in an exam. Sometimes they're going to say you are only gonna be given time, rate, and interest, and you must calculate for principal. So remember, make P your subject or formula, or they're going to give you principal and time and they ask you to calculate the rate. I think in your textbook they around page 278 they've got different examples for you or different scenarios. Please just visit that page and familiarize yourself with that topic, but it mustn't be very difficult for you, because like I said, it's just a simple topic on its own. So sadly, we've come to an end of our first video on module 9. We will be discussing on compound interest in the next episode. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. It's always a pleasure hosting you. See you in the next episode.